Hi viewers, me and team here. Welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 4 Earth Challenge while we are racing our way to spacing. And we're pretty much closing down on the final parts needed and techs needed for space parts. We've got fiber optics, fusion, and then satellites, composites to go. If we get lucky, maybe someone else will tech satellites beyond Ragnar. Not looking terribly likely, but maybe Kathy will do it and essentially gift us the tech. Otherwise, we'll have to self-tech it. But either way, well, if we could get a good turn estimate, yeah, we're looking at well, I would say 30, 40 turns until victory, roughly. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, wars or misestimation in production timings, things like that can screw me up a little bit. But I think for the most part that we'll be able to cross the finish line about that quickly. Hitting end turn. And man, AI can just get so big on maps like this. And look at how many people have died off across this game. That is just wild. 17 turns on thrusters. I'm not building anything else there. Hopefully I am still building nukes at least somewhere. Or did I say I had enough? I don't know. At some point I could just rush by them quickly if need be. And yeah, mining ink or something would be useful, but I think I can get away with just using a golden age instead. Maybe that'll speed things up a little bit and push me more towards the 30 turns rather than the 40 estimate. Anyway, we have fiber optics, so it's time to build another space part. The space part that comes with fiber optics is pretty cheap. Really, there's only a couple pieces that are expensive, and obviously the engine is the most. Unless you're lacking aluminum, then I think one of the other parts is competitive with it.
There is a single
But
light
yeah,
of science,
it's not going to be hard
is to brighten it everywhere.
to do anything with the with this part. What part comes with this? I forget already. Cockpit, yes, and I can build it 9 turns in this random city. So there you have it. Most cities are doing fine. Yeah, I think I'll leave the gen for the engine. And the funny thing about the engine is, on normal speed, building 2 saves you 2 turns compared to building 1. Same as the thrusters. Thrusters and engine provide the same amount of speed boost in terms of spaceship travel time. But thrusters are much cheaper to build and you can build more of them, so if you're going to choose between building one kind of space part or the other, build more thrusters before you build the second engine, because they're just better all around. Ooh, I got another engineer early. Well, I see no reason to delay this. Let's get this going. Can I eke my slider up? No, I cannot. Alright, and Surrey is now having China declaring on him. And what the heck? That's rather odd. I could have sworn right at the end of the last video, yeah, China and Montezuma got entangled. Maybe he was plotting against Surrey already, and then Monty declared on him, and he decided to act on those war plans anyway. That's my only explanation I can offer for this. It's a little strange, but whatever. Alright, got life support set up for space race. Excellent. And I will check to see if I can build 2 engines and have them finish in a reasonably close period of time. But even then, I might want to use those strong production sites towards casings and what have you. So really, the second engine rarely matters that much. But you can build it sometimes. Also, space elevator is garbage. Don't build it. It's terrible. You would need to get robotics from the internet almost immediately upon starting to build the spaceship for the hammer investment in the space elevator to be worthwhile. If you have to research the robotics to get space elevator, you are already slowing yourself down. What is this? Yeah, we'll suppress the heresy and spread religion to whatever cities don't have it yet. As I don't think I have that many. Yeah, okay, so stupid event spreading religion. Not that it really matters at this point. In fact, It's not like theocracy is doing anything for me any longer. Why don't we free the religion? Make the world hate me a little bit less as I leave it. Maybe they'll even miss me. Who knows? Oh god. The time between turns is so bad. Viewers, from now on I'm going to stick with the smaller maps, like, you know, standard. And there is another Earth challenge out for standard map size that only has some of the civs. So that's, oh. Carriers get drilled too. What an odd thing. Yeah. Troll. Apparently I'm flipping a city and that will allow me to do it. But anyway, we're in free religion, so that's good. Yeah. Give me all Lil. You know you wanna. And yeah, the reason these turn times are taking so long is the absolutely massive AI armies moving around one unit at a time. But even so, that's not ideal. And alright, we picked up fishing. And as soon as the game will let me, I will order the production of the engine. And actually a Malinese city, how about that? Nope, can't afford a war.
Any sufficiently advanced technology is indispensable.
Yeah, I'm the rightful owner, and you're returning the city to me. At this point, I have no chance for another golden age, so I'll just stack him in my ironwork city for improved benefit. Oh, I forgot to assign... Could have sworn I assigned life support somewhere already. Well... Where are my best hammer cities right now? Looks like my second city could possibly help out. Could you build an engine decently quickly? Yeah, and I think I have enough cities where I might be able to get away with this. Let's see how long I have until I complete other things. Well, it probably will be the longest build time. I don't know, I don't think that's worth it then. We'll just build a recycling center. Screw it. And at most, it's going to save me like a turn, so I'd rather just err on the side of not losing a turn there. And oh man, China is steamrolling the Khmer. Not that that should surprise us given the relative size of those empires. Fortunately, they just don't have enough time to take advantage of their land lead at this point, and that's going to give me a shot at winning. Look at these leaders getting wiped off the map, though. It is wild. Oh, we got airlifting going on here. So yeah, we'll just settle here. It probably won't even make a difference on the time to complete. It does not. And you can just build whatever. I'll send a cavalry up there as a junk garrison. Nope, I can't. I'm up open borders with Kathy. You want open borders, Kathy? No, I'm your worst enemy. You won't even let me give you crabs. And you know Kathy's upset when things are in that kind of state. But seriously. Is she at war with anybody? She is not. She is really the only threat to declare on me. She is researching fishing and she's plotting war. Ah, jeez. Alright, let's start building nukes. We are going to need them. And I think rather than rallying there, I'm going to want to rally to Memphis, because this city is quite likely to get nuked. So I'm going to want to pull my nukes in a little bit and keep them in interior cities. At this point, it's just going to be a stalling war. And that should be good enough. Good enough for survival. But yeah, that's painful. We still building infantry down there in Ulundi? We are. Alrighty then. And I think I am also massing them there currently. Yeah, 15 experience infantry. Alright. I wonder if I made a demand of her, if I could get her to give me something. It's worth a try. It's not like pissing her off any further is going to matter at this point. But also then, after the spaceship techs, we are going to go for laser. And try to get SDI up before she kills us. We'll have a decent chance of it if she gives into a demand, because I'll get 10 turns. Not to mention I can probably get my ship in the air not too long after that, so. But alright, Catherine, you want to give me a gold? For old time's sake? I gave you crabs for so long. Okay, you're going to be stingy. Yeah, you're not going to put out 1 gold. No, sir. Be too much to ask. I gave you crabs all this time, but do you put out the gold? No. No, you do not. I don't like that she's researching fission. If anything there, just to make me nervous. But whatever. We have finished up satellites.
Beep. Beep.
Oh great, a merchant. Oh, you can help out in the Gold City, I guess. And I should start on that right away as well. That's my next best city, because this part's one of the more expensive space parts in terms of hammer cost. Really? Thebes? Is it a big difference from the next one? No, the next one is the one I expected it to be, which is this one. So we're just going to build it here. 13 turns! Talk about pain. I guess I could have gotten away with building an engine or something, an extra engine. I also keep forgetting that this is epic game speed, and that 13 turns is actually not that bad in the relative sense. So we're getting there now. And it's pretty rare that I build a spaceship in a world that's hostile to me. For obvious reasons. It's pretty hard to build these parts and defend yourself. But I guess with these massive empires on larger maps, it can happen a little bit more frequently. Of course, a lot of my struggles are just from the fact that I wasn't too bright when it came to trying to use cavalry against Cossacks. Oh man. He might last a little while just because he's these island cities and it'll take China a while to reach them. But now is not the time to be the Khmer. Maybe I'll use them. I bet they don't do well on average, and with the strategy I'm trying, it shouldn't make a big difference which civilization I opt to play. Maybe it'll make a little, but not much. Well, I'll have to see who's on the standard one also. So, okay, we have all of the ships, all the techs required for the spaceship now. So now we're just looking at trying to crank out 5 casings ASAP. Wheat for deer. Well, at this point I'm not hurting for health as much any longer because I have so many sources of it. I have the hospitals, the recycling centers to take away unhealth. I have supermarkets. I have everything. Shut up, Surrey.
The whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
You frickin' alien looking thing. You're a disgrace to the real Surrey. Okay, why am I doing that? We want to look at production. So, okay. All of these are building something other than space parts. That can now contribute to space parts. I don't think I can build a second thing fast enough here. No. I could drop the nuke production and just build a casing. That might be a good call, actually, in this city, anyway. And 13 turns. Well, I guess that one's building it in 13 also. Okay. And then, other than research, we're going to build more tac nukes. How about that? Okay, that should be fine. And like usual, we're just cranking infantry here. So many generic cities from this game. Ah, Russian revolt's taking place in Elephantine, huh? That's surprising. But yeah, let's see how they're doing in this base race against me. I haven't checked because I know I'm kind of ahead, but I might as well show it off. Largest civs, I am second. We knew that from the demographics screen. Tell us something more worthwhile. Okay, so Ragnar would still need fiber optics, fusion, composites, ecology, and probably the genetics line as well. And he's by far the furthest ahead. So many people still lacking electricity. I guess Kathy could get a few things, but considering I'm building every part I need right now, or I have it, it's, yeah, they're not going to beat me to space. Not unless I get my capital taken or something awkward. Which I hope it isn't. It is kind of poorly defended. So, we're just going to move it inland. We're going to play this as safely as I can conceive possible. Especially since I have state property, it really doesn't matter where the palace is. So we're just going to do that. It's not like I'm in bureaucracy or anything that gives me a bonus. So it literally is irrelevant with the no distance from palace cost considerations from state property where I move the palace. But actually, if I weren't in state property, that would make my maintenance a little bit less anyway. So no harm if I get forced into like environmentalism at the last second or something. I guess I could just defy a resolution and run the culture slider. Because I really don't want to lose out on the food and production in my cities. Jeez. Getting a decent number of infantry. I think I could just hold off here if they give me any serious grief. Memphis would be my choke, preventing access into Africa from anywhere. And Kathy's almost certainly targeting me. And it is also partially a matter of how long she waits to declare. I'll be able to launch in 10 turns, pretty much. Okay, there's still fallout. Well, she doesn't have ecology, so she can't scrub it. I don't have to worry about my own fallout, though. Good. Keep using up your espionage points on destroying improvements. Don't go for the space parks. It's a brilliant AI. And look at these cities in the Sahara, man. That's a decent amount of population for a city in the Sahara. Awesome. Uh-oh, desert fairy magic strikes again. Okay, and let's see now. Oh, I don't have refrigeration. Never mind, I don't have supermarkets. I'm relying on hospitals and recycling centers, I guess. Oh, and my expansive trait. That's probably what's helping me. Man, why is he... Oh, he probably is getting his cities taken or something. And no longer can...
Nothing
trade those resources to me. I do want corn, though.
Possible exception of bad news, which obeys its own special law.
Yeah, I'm gonna build some SDI. Refrigeration, sure. I don't think UN's even been built yet, has it? Ah, well. And then we'll just go for future tech. I'm sure the AI will eventually tech out the other things for me. But I'll probably win before that happens because they're so backwards. No, you know what? We're going for it. We're going for every tech in the game, viewers. Ha. Even though I'm going to land before that happens. Paratrooper, what? I guess they ran out of great general names on the map, so they just left it generic. Paratroopers died in Up, as spaceship stasis chamber was destroyed by enemy infiltrators. Now we're getting this going. But I have like security bureaus everywhere. Where's Bulawayo? Oh man, the turn times are like eternity. Yeah, sure, we'll make this trade actually. It's an AI trade. I'm angry, so I'm gonna make it. No, but seriously, where is that? I'm so friggin' massive and I don't know where to put my cities. Well, before I even think about that, let's try to get that tree built. Might affect my launch time a bit. Yeah, it's so expensive that it will, actually. And I still think that's my best site for it, because all the others are building important parts as well, and I don't think this can build it unless, yeah. Okay, game. So now we're gonna get a later finish because we got our part sabotaged. You know what, why don't we just run some counter-espionage missions? And next turn I'll do it against China and Russia, who are the ones who are likely to have enough espionage to actually have something to say to me. Okay. I have an EP lead on everybody though, so it's ridiculous that that worked. Now, where's that city? I want to make sure there's a security bureau. Although I'd be surprised if it didn't. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I have a security bureau here. They sabotaged that spaceship part at double cost. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. Well, whatever. Hopefully that reduces their chance of doing it further. Let's check time between turns. Yeah, I should be able to finish it this video. Hopefully.
Tell me what you eat, and I will tell you what you are.
There we go, the engine's done. Of course, we're going to get more random events to annoy us right at the end. Yeah, we're just going to perform counter-espionage on these two. It's one of those easier missions to accomplish. Fine, I'll save some dudes. Yeah, now we have some TAC nukes. Might even finish SDI. I don't think you can buy it though. No, it's considered a project, even though it's a national thing. It's weird. SDI is no world wonder. Even though it should be. You should like use your satellite lasers to shoot other satellite lasers that are in construction. Be like, screw all of you. You can't have anti-nuke. Only I can have anti-nuke. Yeah, China only now getting computers. They'd have to do some serious sabotage to actually stop me from winning first. And if you check the victory conditions, it should confirm that. Yeah, and then this is just a sad attempt at culture. I'm actually leading the culture pursuit. Perform counter-espionage. 100% success rate. Very nice. So there you have it. It's a very powerful mission because it basically doubled the cost of espionage for I think 10 turns, which should cover me. I don't know if it doubles the cost of espionage or raises the chances of spies getting caught or both, but it's pretty powerful. And in multiplayer, if somebody's going to be a douche with the spies, you really need to use that mission because it's as powerful. I wonder if Surya lasts till the end of the game.
The only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about.
There we go. And yeah, I moved my capital inland now. Oh my god, the auto airlift while at peace can be really obnoxious with the workers. I don't know why they're still airlifting there. I would imagine all the improvements have been made. So why would you airlift to Madagascar? Yeah, it's all railroaded. There's improvements in every tile. I have automated workers set to leave all the improvements. So there's no reason to be here. None. But they're hanging out there anyway. Oh, Sid Sushi is completed by China. Don't they already have another corporation? So China goes free market or environmentalism, and Africa is the communist regime. That's cute. We don't need history. First of our casings is done. Oh, please tell me I got everything under construction. I thought it was all grayed out though. Yeah, other than the engine, which I'm not building a second engine. they're throwing tanks around now. Well, you had to figure it was coming. And sure enough, it did. Wow, sniping quite a few of those northern cities. She's probably going to reclaim her influence in Europe, and I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot to stop it. My forces are cut off. I can't even retreat them, so that's not good. Or maybe I can make something happen with my cavalry. If I have some nukes here, I might be able to do it in time. Yep. Kathy holds a grudge.
Oh, I have slipped.
But unfortunately for her, she put a large portion of her army here. Yeah, look at that. All those tanks. Even more tanks. 5 in addition to the ones that are showing there. 9 anti-tanks. Cossacks. You name it, man. But we're not going to play nice. No, we are not. Because Kathy doesn't have STI. So we're going to make this a slow process for her to attempt to reclaim her cities. I still have old war wariness with her. So yeah, just take a few cavalry. They're not obsolete yet. Not in this role. And I'll be taking this back. Thank you very much. And at least the workers will stop auto airlifting now that I'm at war. Man, elephant team too. I just want to make sure I know where all these places are. Oh, right, okay. Alright, so the integrity of my mainland and most of my production still intact, fortunately. And we are just going to erase her inbound stack. Nuke defense. I'm surprised she didn't hit me with any tac nukes of her own. Yeah, look at that. There was so many units there. Now there aren't any units there really. And oh wow, she's got more there. How about that? I should have left nukes in this city after all. Well, on the off chance it survives, let's rebase some. But otherwise, let's just be annoying and retake our city. Now with a little cute glowing color, you know, it grows on you. And we're gonna make this obnoxious to take. Our city garrison 3 infantry, just to sit in there. Okay, so she'll make some headway, but she's not gonna really take control of the game or anything like that. Yeah, that's not good. I can't reach with these. If she takes the city, I can use this city to reclaim it, but whatever. You nuked us! You nuked our friend! Even if they're cautious, it's their friend, mind you. Oof. Yep, she took it alright. These AI stacks get pretty brutal as time goes on. Really? Did Ragnar declare, or is that... Oh no, okay. That's not one of her flags. They're his flags. I need to hang on to this city for 2 more turns for certain. What? Are you freaking kidding me? Lose all nuclear weapons. I don't think so, game. We're not exactly being the aggressor here. Kathy knew what she was getting into when she declared war on me when I had nukes. Double nuke. Of course, she has so much war success against me that this is probably going to go on for the rest of the game. So we just reclaim our city. And once again, I think we can afford to spare some interior line infantry on this. And put some nukes there to protect ourselves. Not many, I think just 2. I'm gonna do a 2 overboard on nukes. Unfortunately, she snuck some tanks by. I could nuke them at the expense of my tile improvements. I'm not sure I like that approach. But they'll probably take Alexandria if I don't do something reasonably drastic. Well, I guess I could just do this too, rebase and see what they do. It's fine anyway. You don't like you using nukes to defend yourself. We'd rather die than have our nation use nukes. Well, this is what I have to say to my citizenry. If you like the nukes that much, we'll add more to that. Our nuclear arsenal needs to be larger to deal with you douches. We'll put those protesters right next to the enemy army that they love so much that they don't want to see it nuked. And they'll see how much they love that enemy army when you go down in a friggin' mushroom cloud with them. No, okay. Hey, how about that? I got some kills. There's like jet fighters and stuff harassing me. I'm telling you, viewers, tactical nukes are the way. If you just want sheer defense, or sheer offense for that matter, and you have the production base, nothing, and I mean nothing, compares with the absolute stack devastation that just a couple nukes can cause. No, not really. Now, this is another reason the events are bad, beyond the fact that they're fundamentally lucky, sucky setup, is that the interface does something different than what it says. Now, it says ready to discuss peace, right? So, yeah. So, it's ready to discuss peace. Oh, wait! Instant peace! Yeah, not to mention that you can get such a game-breaking situation as that. You can get 10 turns of forced no war from a random event. Are you kidding me? I mean, if this were a situation where we're playing multiplayer and somebody's closing in on victory this closely, to give them a repeat preep like this is just ludicrous. Just ludicrous. Now, granted, I could easily have held her off anyway. I mean, I'm about to get SDI done. She hasn't fired off a single nuke. I'm in decent position. I really am. But what if I wasn't? I would have won the game on that. It's just inexcusable. And so now she's literally not going to be able to declare on me again until the spaceship's in the air. So broken. And no, nobody's even going to be close. Not to mention that I'm going to be able to restock my nuclear arsenal. And yeah, I could have just gone like nukes and tanks or nukes and cavalry or whatever. It's not like any force in the world right now could handle that particularly well, but whatever. So this is when I would be launching if not for that garbage espionage mission that went through my freaking security bureau. But we're gonna launch 3 turns later. Whatever. Man, China's capturing off-continent cities now. AI is actually decently effective with this. I didn't think it would be. Not that it's good, but it's better than I expected it to be about capturing cities off the continent. Yeah. Elevated counter-espionage experts. Screw you, Russia. This is not his last city, but they're getting there. And yeah, I can just scrub the fallout. 13 tac nukes sitting there, waiting. So strong. I killed so many units. Actually, let's pull up the stats on that. Let's see what kind of units I killed with the nukes. It's pretty much anything more modern than rifles is stuff that I killed with nukes. Well, some of the Cossacks more, but with just the nukes, 50 artillery, 35 anti-tanks, 31 SAM infantry, and 29 tanks. Oh, and probably the 18 infantry too. Hundreds of things killed with nukes. And how many nukes did I build? Well, I fired off 11 nukes. No, I fired off 9. Because I lost 2 without firing them. So I fired off 9 nukes to kill over 100 units. That's good trading. That is very good trading. Especially since you can rebase them anywhere and use them instantly. Oh yeah, you're gonna DP with Ragnar. Stands for double protection. Yes, that's what it stands for. Double protection. That's what that DP works for. Yeah, it's kind of like the horns on his helmet. You know, you don't want to mess with that. It offers really strong protection.
Behind a veil, unseen yet present.
And Kathy cares about those things. You know, she doesn't want to have issues. Okay, anything getting sabotaged? Please no. Come on. So she captured 1 city from that war that she held on to anyway. She captured 3, but I took 2. And this isn't going to have a big impact on me. Well, if you insist. Okay, you can launch right away. But something else you can do, I guess each space component like thrusters and engines shapes 3 turns on Epic, because a full ship will take 15. But you don't have to launch like that. And if you go into the view like this, you can actually see your mission success rate, which is how likely it is that your ship will fail if you launch it. And that's just a straight 20% per casing you complete. If you have 5 casings, your ship's not going to crash unless somebody captures your capital after you launch it. Also, once you've launched the ship, espionage missions can no longer screw you over in terms of ship part sabotage, obviously. I mean, certainly they could support a revolt in your capital and take it, but the AI doesn't do that. So, launch we shall. And at this point, well, I'm pretty much going to win the game. With tactical nukes, a centrally located capital. I mean, the enemy could, like, nuke, capture the city on the same turn, move a transport in, nuke, paratrooper into this. But the AI doesn't do that. That's a human tactic to raise inland cities on the turn you declare. AI won't do that. And with SDI in place, its nuking isn't even going to be all that effective, so I should be fine. Hey! Shocker there, right? I'll probably lose the city I culture flipped off of him, or actually used the AP or UN to take. Oh no, Kathy captured that one. So he's going to attack at the same point where the others... Actually, where is he? He's got a couple units there. A couple units there. Well, that's just weird. Oh, well. Unfortunately, I had to nuke my own land like crazy to kill that, but it's worth it. It's worth killing those units. I can always scrub the fallout. What? He has SDI. No! And of course he gets lucky. I mean, he only has a 1 in 3rd chance of intercepting one or the other of those nukes. But of course, he's going to intercept them both. Well, let's try this again. Yep, that's gonna hurt. That one got through. Yeah, because SDI only has like it'll intercept like 75% of nukes, but this stuff has a good chance of evasion. What is it? 50% chance to evade. So it's actually 37.5% chance for him to get a successful interception. And I got a little lucky there after he intercepted the first two. But that's pretty much going to eliminate that stack as a threat. Yeah, look at that. That's just carnage. It's so strong. Now I have to deal with this. Fortunately, the Oasis blocks him a little bit. But we'll just throw down like 3 for safety. And yeah, I can even use my garrison infantry here to clean this up. It's so damaged. So Ragnar stack just got humiliated. And I don't know, if he didn't successfully take anything, he might be willing to talk pretty soon. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot with nukes here. Just because, well, it would hit Kathy's land. And since I'm not at war with her and cannot declare war with her, I cannot nuke there. But nevertheless, we're in pretty good shape, having nuked the crap out of Ragnar's inbound stack. And yet again, saved ourselves with them. We're like, I would otherwise need huge defensive investments. I can get by with a pretty scant force. Thanks to my nuclear arms. So now we'll just see what those tanks try to do. Gunship. Feeling so fly in the gunship. I don't think so. I'm gonna shoot that crap down with a nuke. There we go, connects. And yeah, now you can see how obnoxious tank nukes can be. It's really hard to completely sweep people using offensive tank nukes because the threshold needed to clear out cities to the point where they're defenseless for nuke para is really high, and anything else requires still large stacks on your own part, and they just become a support unit. But yeah, that's just silly. It did destroy an Oasis, unfortunately, but we don't really care about that, do we? And the gunship. Well, it's not like I'd be fighting that much worse against this than I would a tank. In fact, I probably have as good of odds, if not better. So we'll just kill that. Don't really want to let it get away unscathed after all. Can't quite reach there. You know what? We're gonna be kind of jerks. And we're base a few nukes down here. Actually, I would need cavalry to take that. I guess I do have it. And he can't reach that in one turn. Shoot, he's going to come at a bad angle for me, I think. Well, that's no good. Not like any of this matters. They're not anywhere near my capital, nor are they going to be. As soon as they start approaching Memphis, I'm going to have all the culture I need to intercept anything that comes after me and destroy it. Grassland wheat. You don't see that a lot. But yeah, the culture rolls can get pretty annoying for nukes. Well, he put some stuff there which I can hit. I can't really hit this without nuking the city as well.
The problem is not whether machines think, but whether men do.
Although there is a solution to this problem. Yeah, we'll just clear out, you know. Is that railroad? Yeah, can I still get back? Yeah, okay, good. Sorry, Goose, you're taking one for the team. Oh, you shot that one down. Shot that one down. It's 3 in a row. Finally one gets through. And 2 get through. Okay, that's gonna take care of that infantry stack. Oh, killed it off completely. Excellent. What? Why can't I nuke here? Cannot nuke friendly territory. What? Where are the friendly units? I can nuke my own territory here. What's stopping me here? Ragnar's at war with me. This is my territory. What? 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 Viewers, I'm at a loss. Why can't I nuke here? I can nuke here, but not here. So I can't nuke my own city, except for I can nuke my own city. So it's not my own city. The other explanation would be an enemy unit here that doesn't belong to Ragnar, but you can clearly see every unit in this tile belongs to Ragnar. Every unit in this tile belongs to me. And the game will let me nuke myself. No, it won't. It won't let me nuke here. And is there a spy in my territory? Is that what's going on? And is the game basically cheating again? Yes, it is. Okay. Well, for some reason, I can't nuke myself, so I gave up my fortification bonuses for nothing. Come on, game. That's disgraceful. Fortunately, there's not much siege in there. I might be able to hold it with just my infantry. Still, that's harsh. That's ridiculous. I can't nuke because of units I can't see. Like that, I'm guessing that's the reason, because there's no other reason I can envision. And really, I just want this order to end so I can spam and turn. Nope. Derp, 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 derp. Looks like they're gonna really pound on all the infantry I sent. You can't nuke. There's a spy. Yeah, they pretty much just own my infantry. I still... What? There's no reason. I don't have a choice. I'm gonna have to abandon that city. And I got to nuke, like, non-ideal places. Come on, game. That's just disgusting. And very abusable, potentially. It sounds like something that could be banned in a multi-team demo game or something, because otherwise you could just run around with spies covering your quote-unquote allies' units, and they'd be immune to nuking, and all they would have to do is not be at war with the target. Nothing like circumventing game rules. Nope, you can't nuke. We haven't done enough to penalize nukes with all the garbage. You nuked our friend that we're at war with and crap like that. And the ridiculous effect it has on global warming. No, that's not enough. We need to also break the game further by letting people cheat. So now that it's enemy territory and solely enemy territory, do you think it'll let me nuke it? What do you think? Yes, it will. Of course, one of them gets shot down, but whatever. Of course, all the while, everyone's gonna get really angry over this. Furious. You nuked our friend. -18. I fired off 18 nukes now, apparently. Can I reach? I can. Of course. Wonder how many of these are getting shot down. Game likes playing, you know, at iffy odds. So I'll just retake the city, I guess. In fact, I can probably even get away with killing this guy. Yeah. You know, I'm kind of surprised that Ragnar keeps coming from that direction. I would expect him to come from my north or west for the most part. And this city wouldn't be able to do a thing. And it wouldn't be able to do a thing legitimately. Unlike, unlike this region where there's like phantom units blocking me from nuking with no excuse whatsoever. So whatever, we'll just rebase the nukes there in case I need them again. Yeah, unsurprisingly, the game finally announces that Shaka lost his city here, which is me, of course. So are you gonna make it? He's not doing so hot. I don't think anyone in the world will trade maps with me any longer. A Viking gunship is killed by my infantry. Suck on that, Ragnar. Alright. Well, one of these guys should take medic. I guess you'll take medic. Just to heal up. You know what? Spiteful nuking! Screw you, Ragnar. I'm gonna farm war success with you by putting a mushroom clouds over all your invading forces. I don't care what the world thinks of it. The world can go to hell. Stupid mass aggression, and yet they still hate me for protecting myself. Well, now I really am going to get future tech before the game ends. I will have every technology. Lots of money are coming in for some reason. I guess my governors are building it. I would tell them to build something else, but it doesn't matter at this point. I'm getting enough nukes. I don't really need much else. So now Ragnar's deck has been completely hosed. Oh, I get mech infantry. Cool. Feeling so fly in the gunship. Although those SAMs will probably screw me up anyway. Ooh, modern armor even. It's impressive. But we got this. See, Cossacks give me trouble now. And yeah, there's no way. I can't really use nukes to defend myself there. Fortunately, this is pretty vulnerable to gunships. And I wonder if I could... Yeah, I can. Ha! Airlift. I can reinforce that city. With an airport, I could airlift like everything there, actually. Which would be entertaining. Less than 10 turns left. Let me win in peace, game. Stop cheating to kill my workers who are moving into obvious danger. That is fake difficulty. Especially since the AI auto workers don't suicide. Only human auto workers suicide. Wonder why that is. Care to explain that one, Firaxis? No, of course not. Alright. Hey look, more worker suicide. It's like in range of so much through rails. It's ludicrous. Yeah, we're gonna go on the border. Ooh. China captured another city. Not looking so good for the old Khmer. Oh, the time between turns. Actually, viewers, I think I'm just gonna pause this because I'm really just ending turn until I can get peace with Ragnar and whatever. So, and I do want to show the conclusion in this video. And this is over. Or what is this? Here. You can have access. Or know what? Nah, we'll just make it a really long video. How about that? That's fine. You guys might want to miss and might want to see the ending of this, I guess. They're pillaging me pretty obnoxiously. It's nice of them to do that. But again, how many cities have they actually taken and held from me due to the nukes? None. Just cheap worker kills. So many pillagings. My favorite is when they use guided missiles, which are done after doing it. They're just gone to pillage. It's so silly. Ragnar still doesn't want to talk. Man, if I had an ally near him, his whole being would be peppered with nukes. I might be able to speed up him willing to talk to me. Oh no, he is mech infantry there, and I no longer have a fort, so I can't reach this with a tactical nuke. If I still had a fort, maybe. Start a little scrubbing the fallout. Global warming. But man, those fighters are reaching in far. Too bad for him, I already have every tech in the game and I'm still getting 4,000 beakers a turn. Ooh, modern armor. That's not good. Or am I getting hit by this? Oh, he took it. Ouch. Oh, maybe he was right not to give up. Certainly, this is the closest thing the AI has to trying to win the game right now, so I can't fault it too hard for trying to win. But I'm not going to make it easy. Interesting that it keeps taking that route to attack me, though. Let's see here. Can't I take ambush? I should be able to take ambush. I have every tech in the game. That probably wasn't the best. Man, this poor city. It's taking some hurts. But whatever. Oh, actually I could just take city garrison on. There we go. And once again, Ragnar can't hold this city due to nukes. So awesome. Is Kathy plotting war again? No, no, she's content to not try to win the game, I guess. Oh, sorry, no. Not much left. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Cross another civ out from existence. In this world. I self-vote. Ah, well, they just did that again. Fortunately, we can reach, so... we can keep going with this if you want, Ragnar. You can keep throwing away lots of hammers to get nuked and killed. Over and over again. I do not mind that much. Although I am running out of, like, spare units here. I should have been producing some ground forces, I suppose. It's not too late to do that. And we might have to reactivate some of our old favorites. Whatever. I'm gonna toughen up our defenses a little bit here. Make life miserable on our attackers, if it isn't already. Wait, did he take something down here? No, he's just bombarding and pillaging. But yeah, the Khmer are done. So many fewer civs than first showed up. Interestingly, China's caught up with this huge amount of land. Well, no, I thought he was, but he's just taking wonky tech paths. He actually still has 4 techs showing that he needs for space, with another one in fusion, so he's not anywhere close. But really, nobody is. They're just teching poorly. And of course, China. Oh my god, I better not lose a UN. No, the only two that would vote for him are these two, and he's not very much of a factor. Oh. Let's just position more forces in nuking range. There's like no bunker in this city or anything either, so... easy kills. Now if I could move after launching a nuke, that would be nice. Yeah. What now? Took your city again. Still doesn't want to talk to me though. What we have here is a failure to communicate. This is some expensive upgrades. Should make the UN give this back. Except for China probably wouldn't call that resolution. Actually it could at random. It does choose to call resolutions at random after all. More attack for slightly more points. Looks like I will eke out an 1800s finish barely. We're gonna lose more workers to suicide. They're so close. Fortify. Still won't talk to me. So this is gonna drag on yet some more. No actual threat to my real capital. Or my original capital for that matter, surprisingly. But whatever. Pillaged. Come on. Just a few more turns and we'll make it. We don't need tile improvements in Western Africa. And we don't need anything but Fallout in the Middle East. We just need to win the game. That's all that matters. Look at that. They're bombarding everything. So silly. Well, okay. We'll take up defense here. Be our next position. Oh, that's not going to do much. Although the sheer volume of units there will at least assure me that He can't take it on the following turn, and then he's going to have a nuclear surprise. That's kind, really. Yeah, not a lot to say about the strategy at this point in the game. Everyone hates me, and I have nukes to defend myself, so I apologize on the lack of good commentary in terms of actual Civ strategy, but you're kind of seeing the extent of it here. We're just staying alive until we win space. Who lost the city and where? Oh. That's surprising. That was a Barb city. I'm surprised there still was a Barb city up there in Alaska. Yeah, Montezuma got massive, but he never really capitalized on it for whatever reason. He just kind of took advantage of a garbage barbarian uprising event that wiped out Native America, and then just did nothing all game. That's more like Sitting Bull than Montezuma, really. No, you don't. Oh, come on now. 3 in a row. Let's see here. Normally I'd use the 10 key for this, but I guess the recording software is blocking it. Yeah, okay. There's like a 5% chance, a little bit more than that, of getting 3 consecutive tac nukes shot down. And yet, it happens like multiple times in this LP. I don't know, SDI just hates me, I guess. But there you go. Of course, runs of like 5 or 6 hitting in a row are not super likely either, and that did happen earlier. And oh my god, I destroyed the Oasis, and now this modern armor can reach me. You suck, game. Take that. And yeah, Ragnar's just gonna stay at war with me to the end. Doesn't matter how badly he's getting his butt kicked. I mean, I guess he's doing more damage to me than him, but that's just because he's Kathy as a shield. Hiding behind Miss Krabs of all things. But we did it. We win. We get a space race victory. Hoorah! And I think I'm going to stick to smaller sizes while recording from now on. Like the standard Earth challenge instead of this one. Just because the turn times are a little bit much for me. And the stupidity of large AI forces like this that just don't stop really makes the game drag out, because it'll take each of their hundreds of units and move them individually at the end of every turn, and that's a tax on any machine. Plus the game recalculates trade routes every turn and whatnot too, which also makes the big maps really slow. But okay, let's find out what happened here. Some of you thought Montezuma killed Sitting Bull. I find this theory interesting, so let's have a look. Up, 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 up. Hey, hey, hey. I heard rumors that this was patched, that they made this reasonable, but... And look, you can have a auto you lose button. Up, up, up. Yeah, that's a good Aztec rush on the Native American civilization right there. That's what irks me about this map. What if instead of that, it happened here or here? Well, then Shaka has a big advantage. What if it happens here and somebody's playing China? Herp derp, welcome to most of Asia. So, this is something that should not be on in competitive games. I'm sorry. That's atrocious. It's also atrocious game design that this can happen to anybody ever. This right here is a failure on Phyrexian game design, a big one. And the fact that they left it in patch after patch after patch while bugging overflow and increasing the Barb Galley spawn rate by 4 times, screwing with the espionage. Fix your mechanics first before you go tweaking, random game balance things. Even Monty lost a city to it. Oh my god, he lost his holy city for a bit. So that's probably part of the reason he was slowed down so much, is he lost a lot of early material to that stupid barb attack. Well, uprising. So then again, of course, he's going to fill out all this land. But fortunately for me, it took him a while. And I got off to an early start thanks to a commerce strong start. Probably should have MP rushed everyone by now. I didn't realize the AI was that slow to get archery on Immortal Epic when they didn't start with it. Or I would have taken advantage big time, like Absolute Zero did. But anyway, we're going to get a good look at what happened throughout the world over time. Man, Mongol had a chance. They had a decent amount of cities. They just got pulverized. Pakal got kind of land screwed there. Not that that surprises me. They did make the Western Hemisphere a little crowded by adding him, but I think that's for the best anyway. Poor Julius Caesar to get crushed by Kathy. It's probably because I was giving her those crabs. They empowered her. And then she got her own crabs through the force of her own will. And there's my cavalry stomping. My only successful offensive wars in the game. Good, good. And yeah, now I'm just going to speed it up because everything else is just me attacking towards space and defending myself with nukes. While the AI starts slaughtering each other. Lots of AIs wiped out in this game. I like it. I like it. It's bloody. Not having vassals on is good for the game in my opinion, so I'm happy to see that. But enough with the Lucky Hudson events and anything you call competition. They have no place there. And oh wow, Inco is getting rolled pretty hard. Almost wiped out as well. Wow, we almost had yet another body bag. One island city remaining, yeah. Wow, Inca barely made it. 6 hours, 1 minute. 6 hours, 1 minute. Whatever. Little things, little things. How about the final power? Who did have the massive power? Yeah, China and Aztec. Yeah, you can defend yourself pretty well with nukes with low power as long as you use your nukes well. Demographics, I dropped to second in GNP, probably behind China. Let's have a look. I think China's going to be ahead in everything, yeah. Manufactured goods, they did take a lead on me there. Crop yield, wow, it's third. No, it did alright in culture after wiping out, but yeah, my opposition there. But yeah, not really running the table with too many things. Did I even manage a top 5 city? Yeah, I didn't. I got one. Interestingly enough. Oh no, I got a second one. How about that? And then statistics. We'll take a quick look at the killed stuff. Quite a lot. And what did we lose? Lots and lots of cavalry. I suicided so many cavalry against Kathy. That number looked good until then. But okay, that takes care of this Let's Play, and I got a rather woeful score of 53,285. So now if I go and play this map again and submit like a 500,000 score or something, it's going to make everybody score for Zulu screwed over. So yeah, you need a lot of submissions to have this method work. But even so, even with all its flaws and settings, crap and whatever, this Earth challenge is interesting, and I recommend you guys to try it out if you get the chance. Yeah, so whoever you want to play, it's right there on the forums. You should see it in the first video. I believe it's still on the first page of the general discussion forums. But if not, you can find it easily enough anyway. So that will conclude this series. Thumbs up if you like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Me and team signing off.